Welcome to the Dark Ozarks. We are discussing Halloween in the Ozarks. Why do we dress up on Halloween, go to spook houses, trick or treat, and everything else we do in October? How spooky is the season in the Ozarks?
There's a lot behind the costumes and the candy that only makes sense if you know the stories behind them. It's a lot more than just going through the motions to get the candy. And that's why this is technically part two of our discussion with a focus on pop culture. If you throw in scary movies and why they're popular at Halloween, there are a lot of old and new traditions and many rabbit holes to go down figuring them all out.
We will get back to Halloween, but first we want to invite you to like, follow, and subscribe to Dark Ozarks on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, as well as your favorite podcast platform. We also invite you to become a Dark Ozarks subscriber on Facebook. On the Dark Ozarks Facebook page, click subscribe, have your login information ready, and join Dark Ozarks behind the scenes for only $4.99 per month.
Your $4.99 per month subscription allows you to come with us on paranormal investigations, deep dive research, and topics too controversial for public view. The next 100 subscribers will be entered in a drawing for a free Dark Ozarks t-shirt and an exclusive signed first run copy of the book Dark Ozarks: The Spooklight. Subscribe today to be entered in the drawing. And now you can get Dark Ozarks t-shirts for sale at darkozarks.com and paranormalsciencelab.com.
Thank you to State of the Ozarks online magazine, dedicated to preserving and celebrating Ozarks culture since 2007. Free access to hundreds of articles. Find more information about State of the Ozarks events, and be sure to sign up for the State of the Ozarks Weekly, delivered free to your inbox every Sunday night, featuring new writings and a down-home Ozark recipe in every issue.
Mark your calendars for upcoming live events starting this weekend, October 6th, with the Downtown Hollister Walking Tour, and Saturday, October 7th, with the Downtown Joplin Walking Tour, and a number of other locations through December. Meet Dark Ozarks producers Lisa and Josh for evenings of history, legends, and the paranormal, and even visit some of the most haunted locations in the Ozarks. Details on the Dark Ozarks Facebook page, and visit www.paranormalsciencelab.com for tickets and more information.
We encourage you to check out Always Buying Books in Joplin, Missouri, in person and online, on Facebook, and at the website alwaysbuyingbooks.com for all your reading needs, including a large section on the paranormal, history, and more, not to mention the building's haunted. Tell Bob and Elise that we sent you.
We also want to thank Beard Engine Brewing Company in Alba, Missouri. Beard Engine Brewing is the only English-style brewery in Missouri and has been twice named Missouri's best brewery by the Missouri Brewers Association. Great beer and great food in a historical building with a noir past, and yes, their building is also haunted. Tell Nate and Tiff that we sing it.
Pop culture and Halloween. In some ways, I think people just assume Halloween has always been what it is.
And realistically, in the United States, I would say that our approximate understanding of the way that the holiday is celebrated is only about 90 years old, although the holiday itself is ancient.
Very true. Very true. And it's much different than how it's been celebrated in other parts of the world, although now the American version of Halloween is kind of being exported to the rest of the world now.
It is. At the same time, I feel like there's an underlying current of Halloween in terms of the emphasis on harvest, more of an abiding sense of what might be called dark spirituality, and I use that in the most positive way possible.
Mm-hmm.
That is slowly bringing Halloween in certain areas back to its more traditional Celtic roots.
That's true. It is almost coming full circle.
And suffice it to say, it is certainly my favorite holiday for a wide variety of reasons, has been pretty much my entire life. And the pop culture aspects of it, that collision of history, ancient tradition, ancient cosmology, and modern pop culture makes for a really interesting, really heady mix that I think does contribute to the fact that it's such a popular holiday. It is I would really consider Halloween to be an everyman's holiday.
I do too. I think that Halloween, I think, has a sense of liberation for people that and catharsis both that really no other holiday really serves that purpose. And it's something that it's that in itself is a useful function, particularly in our modern society where we're stressed out all the time.
It is a collective societal catharsis, and it serves a number of important functions, and is perhaps interestingly to a modern audience surprisingly tame to how Halloween was celebrated about a century ago.
That's true. Those good old days were a little more violent and persnickety for sure. That we assume those tame Victorians were more docile, but they really weren't.
No.
And then very more recently, in the last couple of decades, dark tourism is really taking off around the world, but particularly in America. And in a lot of places in the world, it's centered in large urban centers like London and Rome and Paris. But it's a more democratic affair in America, where it's big cities and small towns that are partaking.
It is. I think that we are experiencing a renaissance of this type of understanding to such a large degree. And I think that the Dark Ozarks is surprisingly well positioned to discuss that on a very regular basis and participate in it. Of course, coming back, this is October 4th, 2023, and we are looking at a very full Halloween calendar. Of course, for us, Halloween is year round, but for a lot of other folks, this is a great opportunity to step into those experiences that we participate in all the time, between research, investigations, going to haunted paranormal sites, etc. This is really the time that other people feel very comfortable about stepping into that space. And it's always exciting for me to invite people to step in with us to see how not exploitive and not scary it typically is.
I agree. And so we're going to be talking about these themes and a lot more in the longer video that will be up later this week. So we invite you to check back for that to get a lot more information. And in between, don't forget to check out upcoming events and merchandise at darkozarts.com and paranormalsciencelab.com. Thank you again to State of the Ozarks Online Magazine, Always Buying Butts, and Beard Engine Brewing Company for bringing the Dark Ozarks to everyone.
On the next episode, we are going to be discussing what Legends of the Ozarks are or are not urban legends worthy of a Halloween movie. Catch the Dark Ozarks podcast on Branson Podcast Network, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or about any other podcast platform. Thank you, everyone. And remember, there are no easy answers.